So today's daily calendar, Gien Roshi is. Oh, this is a tough one. I don't know how tough one is it is. Okay, just be the person. Just be the person you are comfortable with. Uh, how do you like it, Felix? You like a Chinese food? I know much about it. Definitely. No doubt. Okay, just be the person you are comfortable with. See, whatever happen with yourself. See, in another word, see, you may say, just be a person who accept everything what's gonna happen. That's good. Okay. This kind of person doesn't have any trouble facing privilege. See, accept. See? When I face this, see? Simply I just become as it is. See, without doing anything. See? This is our essential self. When I face this, see, I simply become as it is. See, without doing anything. See? Simply accept everything. This is love yourself. What's happened with your beard? What's happened? Yeah, kind of. May I call you Santa Claus? Santa Claus. Love you, Santa Claus. Very good. So anyhow, just be the person you are comfortable with. In another way, see, whatever just happened, you simply accept everything as it is. This is the essential ourselves. This is the essential ourselves. But once you just recognize this one as an I or just you never be able to do. You never able to be. You never able to do it. There is a kind of things just happen in your mind. And this one will be acceptable. This one will be acceptable. This one will be acceptable. But this one, no thank you. This. So very great. Love yourself. You'll be you. So if you wanna be a person who just comfortable, with everything. If you just wanna be that kind of person, well, we would like to recommend you to do that. Only that will be able to use. Only that you be a kind of person. And that is just so great. Garrison, but in your case, it's totally impossible. The reason why is you're still you're always in the library. That's not okay. That's the reason. We would like to recommend you to do that. Whatever thinking or thought come up in your mind, without any reason, So you don't need to care much about it and at all. Thinking or thoughts simply just come out without any limit. So you don't need to care much about it at all. This does it. Would like to recommend you to do. Then, as I just mentioned, there is no separation. There is no separation between this and that. This is tremendous. Right now, there is no separation between this and that. This situation, this condition just come out first. And then you recognize this. At the same time, you recognize this as I or self. And there is a certain separation between this and that. That's called a structural question. That's the reason we have to do as others. Okay. So we go back to today's text, number 31. Inevitability. 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 It's a kind of dark question. It's okay. So once again, let's just want to teach us with number 31, inevitability. See, what people think, what people think of how we'll be able to, how we can just act. See? Because we think what we have to do, what we want to do, then we'll be able to act. We'll be able to act. This is completely misunderstanding. This is a completely misunderstanding. Once you just recognize this one as a thing, then kind of an idea come up in your mind. Before you just recognize this one as a thing, we simply out without self. Without self, that's the reason we have to do as Zazen. Without self, we simply just, without self, I simply just talking about, you simply just listen. Without self, that's the reason we have to do as Zazen. It's a totally difficult. It's a totally difficult for people to understand this reality, even in concept. Without self. Without self. Oh, so great. So tremendous. But people never understand it. Only that. And you'll be able to just realize this reality. That is Shakyamuni Buddha's realization. That much Shakyamuni Buddha's realization is so great. Nobody understands it. Even nobody understands. Even they are just acting this way without self. We are simply acting. Any activity, any action, nothing concerned with the self. We are simply just act. Very great. Very great, but nobody understands it. So that's reason. That's the reason. This is a very important thing for us to recognize, realize who we are. Inevitability. Without self, we are simply acting right now. See, right now, without self. That's kind of activity just come out first. Then you just recognize what we have doing, what we are doing, what we have done. That's that's come out later. Then you just recognize this and this in the divided by thinking. You see, this one there and this one there. And there is a certain separation between this and this. That is not true. That is not true. The people completely deceived by thinking. There is no separation, discrimination. Exactly one as it is. All the people, all the people just acting this way, but people never understand it. People never understand it. See? This is very clear, very simple. See? But they don't. People don't know much about this reality. That's the reason we have to do something. The things, what Gien Roshi want to teach us is the things we see, the world of what we call the environment, the subjective and objective are in fact all things that appear and act upon this thing, itself. Any kind of activity is just come out on listen. In another, every activity, everything just come out on those six senses. See? The things to eyes, things to eyes, sound to ear, and smell to nose, and the taste to a mouth, and heart and core to the body and thinking. So those six things. Without nothing more less. Nothing more. What we think about, there is so many things that coming out in your mind that's a delusion. That's a delusion. The only things that come on in your mind is the activity of this activity of this thing. In other words, everything just come out on those six senses. Nothing more. Nothing more. That's the reason Shakyamuni Buddha or the patriarchs just teaches. Non-self is universe. Non-self is universe. You are the universe itself. Without yourself, without this thing, see? Universe never exists. That's much. Each person, everybody has a great, or tremendous, huge. But people never understand it. Very unfortunate. Very, very huge on this thing. The universe itself just come on this body. And that's much. That's much the essential thing. And the essential thing is so tremendous, so huge. But if you just understand that this reality in concept doesn't mean anything. Once you just become one with this one, or one with the things you just faced. Once you just become this one, then you definitely accept this reality. Oh, this is the same. Like Kyogen. Kyogen is a Chinese master, very famous Kyogen. See, he is a tremendous, huge talent. See, he's a so smart to understand everything what his teacher just teach him. Whatever his teacher name Isan. See? He just tried to just teach what the reality is, what the essence is. Whatever just his teacher just teach him. He understands everything. Oh, yes. Although he understands, although he understands everything what his teacher just teach him, he never be able to accept it. This is a whole problem. He just understands. He just understands everything what his teacher just teach him. Oh yes. He never accepted. He never accepted. This is a whole problem. Then he always thinking about why I just understand everything what my teacher just teach me, but I never accept. Why I cannot accept what he just teach me? Always this kind of question comes up in his mind, and totally he just gave up to practice under his teaching. He just went out somewhere else. But always this kind of question come out in his mind. Why I understand everything what my teacher just teach me, but I never accept it. I never accept. Then one day he just sweeping the kind of ground. Then kind of cobblestone. He just hit the cobblestone by a kind of broom. The cobblestone just flew away and hit the bamboo. Then he, at the same time, he understands. He just accept what his teacher just teach him. Oh, this is the same. This is the same. My teacher have been just teaching me. This. Even you understand this sound in concept. Even you just understand this sound in concept. You never become this sound at all. You never become this sound at all. But this moment, Kyogen become this sound. This is the same. See? This is the thing my teachers just have been just teaching. Another concept. Another concept at all. Reality. This reality. His teachers just have been just teaching. But unfortunately, Here, the Gien just always try to just understand it by thinking or with thinking. That's the reason he never accepted, never be able to accept it. Become this. It's a it's entirely different. It's entirely different to understand this sound and become this sound. Entirely different. Yeah. Although we don't deny our thinking or reason or concept or kind of a theory, but reality is entirely different from those. Very simple, positive, positive. Then you'll be able to just realize everything. You can just realize everything. Those things you face is nothing concerned with thinking or so, but just as we are. Okay, the things we see, the world or what we call the environment, the subjective and the objective, or in fact all things that appear and act upon this thing, the same. In daily life, in our daily life, we are just acting this way. We simply become as that's the reason. Need to try to do anything by thinking or everything. We don't need to try to do anything by thinking or with thinking. We simply become positive. We know much about that. This is a very simple activity, but people never understand it. Although they are just acting this way. See, all the people try to do with or by thinking. It's a totally misunderstanding. See, it's a total misunderstanding. Shakyamuni Buddha. That's why Shakyamuni Buddha's realization is so great. People never understand that. Although they are just acting this way. Okay. Somehow all of these things inevitably appear on these things that we think of a person, and they can be no other activity than to act upon it. Everything, you may say, every activity. See? Every activity, without any exception. Every activity is this one's own activity. Nothing more. That's the reason. This is the universe itself. This one is the universe itself. Without this, see, what you think of the universe never exists. Never exists. when it just comes, when this one was born, at the same time, universe just was born. And this one just, when this one just died, universe disappear. At the same time, universe disappear. That's what this was so huge. Trend. Okay. How somehow all of these things inevitably appear on this thing that we think of a person, and there can be no other activity than to act upon it. When I feel this, the things just come up. When I feel this, so the things come up. When I see this, when I feel this, the things I just face to face the completely disappear. Coming up and disappearing, coming up and disappearing. Yeah? Oh, this is so great. Yeah? Nothing less, nothing less at all. Endlessly, this is just happening. See, without doing anything, this and this. Endlessly, they just acting without doing anything. Yeah? Incredible. Okay, that's the Shakyamuni Buddha, or the patriarchs call this one as a universal. Yeah? As a master Dogen just call this one as a complete and universal. Complete and universal. And that's true. Complete. Whatever you do, whatever you do, so things just as it is, nothing more or less, nothing more, just as it is, just as it is, just as. That's reason there is no problem, no question, no trouble at all, just as it is. The end, just as it ends, just as it ends, nothing less at all. That's reason. Complete and universal. Our activity is a complete and universal. Okay, very great. But people never understand it. That is how it is already done. In our daily life, we are just acting this way. See? Our activity is nothing concerned with the human viewpoint, the thinking. See? With that, see? As I just mentioned, before we act, we just think about what we have to do, what we want to do. See? But so this is a common thinking of the human. See? And before we just try to do something, we simply just thinking of what we have to do. But our activity is nothing concerned with thinking. See? When I think about what we have to do, the end, the activity, our activities, see, simply just simpler without what we just think, thought of what we have to do, or nothing concerned with it. That is the people never understand. That's the reason people always just think about what we do. But see, result is completely different. Result is completely different from what we think, thought of. That's the reason people are completely depressed. Oh, what happened? Completely depressed because their result is nothing concerned with what we thought of. See? Because our activity is a universal. Even we just try to think about what we have to do, nothing doesn't mean anything. This is a very important thing for us to realize who we are. That's the reason. Whatever thinking or thought come out in your mind, without any reason. That's the reason we don't care much about. See, we don't care much about the thinking and thought. You see, let it go as it is. This is totally enough. We don't have any trouble. But people, people are afraid of it. See, that's much people are attached to thinking of thought. So why don't you let it go as it is? That is enough. But people never try to do it. See? People are afraid of it. Gary-san, only you never be afraid of it because you're always in library. Although librarian just afraid of you. What is it? Okay. So that is how it is already done. See, our daily life is simply just acting this way, see? without without self, without self. It's totally difficult to understand the order. So, when I just hold this one, we simply just, I simply just hold this one. That's it. If you try to just hold this one, see, with thinking, it takes us lots of time. This much. It takes us a lot of time to hold this up. Without thinking, without saying, I just simply hold as it is. Doesn't take me any time at all. And our activity, that much our activity is so great because of universal activity. That is how it is already done. It is also called the way of the attaining. Domo ends, the way is universal and complete, and one's true nature. One's true nature is the essential self. The essential self is true. But when I say essential self, people just what people think about the essential. Then kind of essential is different or separate from this one. This one is essential self. The essential self is never exists. You see, different with this one. This one is the essential self. This one is the universal, complete and universal. This is very important thing. This one already belongs to us. So we don't need to worry about everything because this one is universal. much bigger than the universe. See? That much, that things we have. See? So we don't need to worry about anything. But we just want to recommend you it. So, whenever you have a free time, simply just sit. About 10 minutes or 15 minutes will be all right. If you are so busy, every day, 10 or 15 minutes. And time doesn't mean anything. Time doesn't mean anything. But the thing is, whatever thinking or thought come out in your mind, simply let it go. This is this is the most important thing for us to do. Right. This is the thing we would like to recommend you to do.はい。Thank you so much. ありがとうございました。